I've run hundreds of one-on-ones, and one thing's for sure, the best ones happen when I'm prepared, and the worst ones when I wing it. And the difference between those two scenarios, just a little bit of preparation so that you can be focused on the person so that they feel that you are consistently on their side and you can unblock the challenges they face and coach them at the right moment. I'm Helen Bryant, I'm a leadership coach, and today I'm showing you exactly how to prepare for any one on one in under 10 minutes using AI. In every workshop and with every client, one of the biggest issues they always tell me about is that they just don't have enough time. And that leaves them with the feeling that they're never on the front foot. They tell me that they want to show up to every meeting prepared and ready, but life just gets in the way. But the thing is, if we don't prepare in one to ones, we default to, yeah, how's everything going? And then we normally slide very rapidly into a status update about the latest project or the work that they've been doing. And as a manager and leader, you end up just reacting to what is said. So, this issue of preparation is a really important one because if you don't have the right information front of mind and haven't thought through the kind of questions that you might ask, that will really add value to that conversation, that moment is lost. And that's why it's all too easy to fall back into manager mode, just talking about the work rather than really focusing on how you can help that person do their best work. You see, every one to one is an opportunity to coach, which means that you need context. You need to remember what you discussed last time, what they're working towards personally, where they're stuck, looking for the patterns in these conversations that you've had. And that's where most of us fail because we can't hold all that information in our head and recall it quickly, especially if we're managing, 4, 5, 6 people. But this is where AI can massively help because it can. Most of my clients would admit they wing it. And normally, what we do is I ask questions like, okay, so if you could prepare, how much time could you actually give? And the universal answer is always 10 minutes. And before AI, I would just advise them to commit to that 10 minutes. And they said this already massively improved their one to ones. They felt more on the front foot, but they could all do with a bit more time. And this is where using AI to help you get ready becomes really attractive because you should always use AI in your real workflow where it's going to add the most value. And if you could take just 10 minutes and rapidly improve the quality of all of your one to ones, that is a big win. So here's the system I use. It's built on something I shared in this video about building one-to-one meeting notes over a quarter into a shared document. And if you haven't watched that, I'll link it below. I definitely have a quick look because that's the foundation of this whole method. But the quick version is you keep a running document for each person, and every one to one, you put in the information and you build up a quarter's worth of context all in one place. Now, this is where AI becomes brilliant because instead of you rereading 3 months of notes before the meeting, you feed this document into AI and ask it to help you prepare and give you coaching questions. You will find that it immediately helps you focus your conversations on where you're going to add the most value. And it also reminds you of things you've said or discussed that you might have forgotten about. It spots the patterns and will help you have really meaningful conversations with your team members. Let me show you exactly how to do it. So the first step is to take your meeting notes. If you don't have that yet, don't panic, just start at your next one-to-one because this method will get better and better. But even if you've only got a few notes from recent one-to-ones, this will still help. The second step is this works on any AI tool. I'm a Claude user, but I'm demonstrating it here on Copilot, but it works on all of them just the same. So the first prompt we're going to do is all about a context review. And it sounds like I'm preparing for a one-to-one with my team member. Here are my notes from our previous meetings. And you paste in your meeting notes. And then please review these notes and summarize the main themes or challenges they're working through, any commitments or goals they mentioned, topics that haven't been resolved, and patterns that you notice in what they may be struggling with, and keep it concise. I'd need this as a quick refresher before our meeting. And you send it away, and straight away you'll get a clean summary. Read it. This is your context refresh. Everything you need to remember without reading pages and pages of notes. Then the next step, once you've reviewed that context, is to think of the coaching questions. Now, this second prompt can help you here. Based on these notes and themes, generate 4 or 5 coaching questions I can use in our next one-on-one. They should help them think through challenges, not just report on status, build on topics we've discussed before, encourage reflection and self-direction. Use a facilitative coaching style, open-ended questions, curious, developmental. Focus on questions that move them forward and not just check on progress. Now, these questions you could easily come up with by yourself by thinking. But what I find when 10 minutes, sometimes the blank piece of paper syndrome really comes in and affects us and we can't think of anything. And if we're trying to remember in the meeting, again, we can be thinking of the questions we want to ask rather than focusing and guiding that conversation. So I find normally they come up with some really nifty little angles that perhaps you hadn't considered before, which is really useful. The final step is you obviously read the questions through and pick a couple. You want to adjust the language. Don't go in just saying exactly what it says so it sounds like you. What's really important to remember is you are not resourcing your judgment. You're just using AI to jog your memory and help you have a really strong starting point. Once the prep's done, that means you can just go into that one-to-one and focus on the person and really focus on having a great conversation. This method works because it solves the real problem, because you're not forgetting to coach, you're just forgetting the context that can make that coaching so much more valuable. And when you go in with a refreshed context and a few questions front of mind, 2 things happen. One, your team member knows you've been paying attention. That alone builds trust. And secondly, you shift the whole dynamic from tell me what you did to let me help you think this through. And what's even better is that the more you do it and the more notes are in place, the better the AI gets at helping you prep. It's like it compounds. But the actual conversation, that's all human. Your presence, your listening, your coaching. AI just got you ready, but it doesn't sit in the room with you. So there you go. 10 minutes, 2 prompts, and you've turned AI into your prep assistant so that you can be a better coach. If you want the actual prompts and frameworks I use, plus templates for structuring one-to-ones and the meeting notes and tracking progress over time, I have a whole one-to-one toolkit. The link is in the description. The prompts are in there. It's free and it works really well with this AI method. If as a leader you are feeling like you have no time and you're always on the back foot, I'd check out this video here because it's how I help all my clients find and protect the valuable thinking time that keeps them ahead as a leader. And I definitely go there next. I'll see you next week.